Now we move to the next two presentations, which are working in a SIF. And our first speaker is Mariano Alessio Verni. He's General Manager at Silk Fertilizzanti in Italy. And Mariano is an agronomist and General Manager of Silk Fertilizzanti. He has specialized in fertilizer industry issues for more than 25 years. Since 2007, which is the year of REACH, he has worked on putting together a network team to supply REACH-related services to both Italian and foreign companies. And he is the director of the Italian Fertilizer Importer Consortium, and by that he has managed the registration process of the potassium phosphate substances. So Mario, the floor is yours for the presentation.
Thank you, Crystal, for introducing me, and I thank the organization for inviting me to this workshop. I will use some notes to save time. Please inform me when I have lost my 5 minutes. My presentation will include some slides on basic definition and rules concerning obviously REACH registration. Then I will focus on the difference between the Substance Information Exchange Forum and the consortia. Concerning co-registrant, I will explain what is necessary to know and how to manage the co-registration process. Finally, I will conclude with some brief comments and suggestions. Definition and rules. The workshop is focused on small and medium enterprises, but I stress again, are you sure to be a small and medium enterprises? In my experience, I know that in particular concerning the autonomous enterprise, and if you are linked with other enterprise, please check carefully before submit your registration, before to declare your dimension to ECA. The most common mistake is the verification of the links between the company. If you are controlled or if you control another company. Please check. Going to the definition, here we will include two definitions. All the pre-registrants are part of the pre-SIF, but only a restricted group of members will start the discussion to really register the substance. These are the SIF members. So there is a difference between pre-SIF and SIF, obviously. The link below here to check. No. Is the light? Oh, okay. In the link below of my slides, you will find the CEFIC unofficial code to describe the status of pre-SIF members. There is an unofficial code that include, for example, inactive, dormant, active, leading company. Please check this definition because probably the lead registrant will ask to you which kind of definition is better for your position. REACH regulation does not provide the facilitator definition. On the contrary, it is present in the pre-SIF REACH IT pages. This company usually guides all the active members towards SIF's formation. Sometimes the facilitator has also managed the starting meeting between SIF members, and sometimes also a small compensation could be provided to the facilitator. In some SIFs, the facilitator has also become the lead registrant and has guided all the members towards the registration. The regulation describes the different official roles of the lead registrant. lead registrant for ECA is only the company that submit the joint registration. But in this case, excluding the official definition, as example in a SIF with only few members, the lead registrant, the elected lead registrant, is the company that manages the whole registration process. He will contact the SIF members, obviously starting from the leading, but also active members. And he will avoid to contact also dormant or inactive members. So please be careful again when you inform a lead registrant about your role within the SIF. ECA recognizes the lead registrant as the company that submit the full joint registration dossier, and I stress again that must be only one. The consortium manager is another unofficial role that is not included in REACH regulation, and in general he cooperates with one or more lead registrant. Here I have tried to summarize some of the aspects that consortium manager use to manage within the consortia. And now we will see the difference between SIFs and consortium. In this picture, I have tried to show how a consortium in general includes two or more SIFs. Obviously, a consortium can also include only one SIF, but generally consortium include more than one SIF. For example, in REACH Centrum in Brussels, there is a company, in this case is Consortium Management, is a company that manages a lot of consortium. So it is important also to know how consortium are managed by this consortium, general consortium management. In this table, in particular, I have tried to summarize the most important difference between a consortium and a SIF. I'd like to bring your attention on the last 3 points concerning the communication between co-registrant in the pre-SIF. There are a lot of companies in general in the pre-SIF, sometimes thousands, without the real intention to register. These companies that do not update their status or their email address, do not reply to the request of the other potential registrants, and it's possible to lose a lot of time before understand that a company is really has the real intention to register or not. So it's very important to well understand the difference within the SIF members. Even if a co-registrant does not wish to be part of a consortium, the best approach toward registration is to contact the consortium manager to receive the most updated information. The update of information is very, very important. And within pre-SIF, sometimes there are a lot of companies that, for example, does not put their status as inactive. They leave their status as active, but they really do not participate to the SIF. So it's very important to check. What in the SIF, as we will see, in SIF, sometimes there is not a consortium, but please be careful and filter out the information you receive by other SIF members. In any case, the starting point of a registration process is the pre-registration. And to be part of a pre-SIF, I stress again, we are talking about the pre-SIF, the window closes next May. And after this deadline, you must necessarily make an inquiry, as we have already seen in the presentation before. What you must know. A co-registrant in general can find two different situations. The substance has either been already registered or not yet. In this first situation, the co-registrant have to decide either to join the consortium when the substance is already registered, or obviously if the consortium it exists, or to buy a letter of access. We are obviously implying that the co-registrant is already sure about the sameness of the substance, as we have already stressed in other presentation. But on top of the lower price, you must check for the chemical safety report and the safe uses. After the payment, you will then receive the token and the joint submission name. Meantime, you must download the Euclid software to submit your registration. Sometimes the lead registrant or the consortium provides some file to complete your own dossier. In case you have 2 or more substances to register and you are not so confident with the Euclid, it might be better to find external consultants that can help you to prepare and to submit your dossier. Theoretically, as we have already seen, you can also submit online your dossier without Euclid 6. Honestly, in my experience, I have no experience concerning this kind of online submission, but I believe that this option can work only in few particular and easy cases. For example, if you have only 1 or 2 substances and as we have already seen, the substance match perfectly with the lead registrant substance. In case your substance is not yet registered, as we will see, in the PRESIF you may find some useful information. Check for a facilitator, check for a lead registrant, for a consortium. If these information are not provided in the PRESIF, you can use internet, search engines, or some common website for chemical research. For example, I can mention Chemical Watch is a useful website, or Rich Centrum in Brussels. Now we will explain how to manage some practical situation. In this table, we have included the 6 hypothetical scenarios. From the best case, number 1, where all the lights are green, to the worst case, number 6, where co-registrant is completely alone. Obviously, there is a big, huge difference between number 2 and number 6 behavior within the PRESIF. Now we will see how a co-registrant can manage this different situation. When the substance has been already registered, and obviously there is a lead registrant, and in this first case we consider there is also an active consortium, within the PRESIF mask, is in the upper part of my slides, is the PRESIF mask you will find in Rich IT. Within the PRESIF mask, we will find all the information we need. When the substance has been already registered, but the consortium in this case is not present, you will find the same, all the information, in this case, directly from the lead registrant. In this case, you have to contact, obviously, the lead registrant in order to receive the information you need to proceed with your registration process. Obviously, you can also and always use the ECA website to search for chemical information. A lot of substances within 2018 deadline are not yet registered. Now we will start with the scenarios where the substances are not registered, and number 3 scenario is still easy to manage. Sometimes when the consortium have yet to prepare the dossier, it is possible to join the consortium. Probably the co-registrant will spend more money, but he will receive more information and will be actively involved in the registration process. Even if you are a small-medium company, we suggest to join the consortium if, for example, you expect some specific and particular uses of your substance, or if you wish to be the owner of any new studies provided by the consortium. Because if you buy simply a letter of access, I underline that you are not the owner of the studies, but you have only a simple letter of access to use the study, sometimes only for rich purposes. In only same rare case, within a PRESIF, there is only an elected lead registrant. ECA provides the list with all the substances with a lead registrant, both already registered or not. In the slide, you can find the link and the related information. In this situation, it should be possible to work with the lead registrant, either to create a consortium or simply to start with a SIF. Now we consider the last 2 scenarios. Number 5 may look easy to deal with, but only if the facilitator is a company with serious intention on the registration process. We have found in our experience a lot of facilitators that try only to make money within the SIF. It's bad to say, but it's the real. And please check if you realize that the facilitator is not active, he only asks for money without providing any services. Please consider in this case to approach the registration process like we will see in the 6th and the worst case. In this case, the substance is not registered, no consortium, no lead registrant, no facilitator. Unfortunately, there are hundreds of niche substances lying in this situation. In particular, for small and medium, when small and medium enterprises are involved. In this case, a co-registrant must consider the possibility of becoming the lead registrant, and in the slide, we provide some useful suggestions either to find the lead registrant within the PRESIF member or to ask to the member to be elected you as a lead registrant. And in the next presentation, we will learn how to be a good lead registrant. With the last 3 slides, I will provide my conclusions. In case you have to register 2 or more substances, it could be better to use Euclid 6 software. You need to be skilled in order to manage the system and to complete your own dossier. Taking in consideration to appoint a consultant, but please be careful and do not forget that you have be actively involved with the consultants. You cannot leave the consultants all the responsibility. ECA, concerning consultants, has provided a document to hire a good consultant, and in the slide you can find the link. He must ask to you for at least 3 things. Company size, I stress again that you have to be sure to be a small and medium enterprise, to avoid the ECA fines in case you pay the wrong reduced fee. Second, the substance nature, the sameness check, as we have already seen how it's difficult to check for the sameness, and your quantities that you import or manufacture. Finally, concerning the registration costs, co-registrants have to be aware at the least of these 4 points. The fee of a joint submission that is related to the company dimension and to the tonnage band, how to buy and how much to pay for the letter of access, on dossier related costs, for example, analytical, and finally, obviously, the cost for consultants' advice. Thank you for your patience and attention.